A couple days ago, we did a video on how to do Dr. Pepper pulled pork. Turned out delicious. The video is linked right up here if you haven't seen it yet. But anytime I do pulled pork, I always get asked what to do with the leftovers. It's usually a whole lot of meat that you cook. And besides doing pulled pork sandwiches, which is always my go-to, today we're going to focus on some leftover recipes if you cook pulled pork at home. To get things going, we're gonna fire up the big green egg first. So I am again using my large one. I'm gonna set this thing up for indirect cooking. We'll remove the grate. We've got some charcoal left over. Shake off the ash as usual. I'm gonna top it all off with some fresh lump. And I've got my trusty starter cubes. So these go in the charcoal, just right in the center. Cover it up a little bit and we'll get these guys fired up. Next up, we're gonna put in the plate setter. So this again creates that indirect cooking zone for our cook today. And the grate goes on top. I'm gonna leave the lid open, let this thing preheat. I wanna get it up to about 350, 375, and then it's gonna be good to go. First up, we're gonna be doing our loaded tater tots. This is one of my favorite things to make with leftover protein, especially pulled pork. You can customize it any way you like it. I'm gonna show you guys my way, and it's going to be delicious. So we've got our pulled pork from the other day. We've got some shredded cheese, some green onion, red onion, some jalapenos, and a couple avocados. And we've got our tray of tater tots. So we cook these in the air fryer, 15 minutes. You can use tater tots. You can also use fries, but there's just something tasty about crispy on the outside, soft on the inside, delicious tater tots. So good. And we'll be cooking all of this in my cast iron skillet. So the idea is pretty simple. We're gonna fill this up with the tater tots. We'll add the cheese, the pulled pork, throw this on the grill, cook until the cheese gets nice and melted. And we're gonna finish it off with our toppings, our red onion, our jalapenos, barbecue sauce. Going to be really good. To start, we'll go with a layer of our pre-cooked tater tots. Don't put in frozen ones because this is not gonna cook on the grill. Go with a nice layer of tater tots in our cast iron skillet. Spread them out a little bit. Next, I like to add a little bit of cheese. So we're using cheddar for this one. Just pairs so well with pork. Just go with a nice little layer of cheese right on top. Don't go too heavy with this first layer because we're going to add some more after we layer in our pork. Next layer is going to be our pork. So this is the leftovers from the Dr. Pepper pulled pork. Ooh, this is straight from the fridge. So before I put this on, I'm going to pop this in the microwave for just a minute to warm this up. Again, the idea with these tater tots, or anytime you're doing these tater tots or nachos or loaded fries, you want to put all your ingredients warmed up, heat it through, because then it speeds up the process on the grill and will help get the cheese nice and melty. Go with, I don't know, about 2 cups or so. It looks like it's about enough. Pop this in the microwave for about a minute or so. Again, you want to warm this up. You'll go minute 30. Pork is nice and warm, still plenty juicy. This is from 2 days ago. How nice. This was like one of the best pork shoulders that we did. Definitely check out that video because this guy was a winner. So we'll go with a nice layer of pork right on top of our cheese and our tater tots. There we go. It is looking really nice and meaty. Now we're going to add our Dr. Pepper barbecue sauce. So we'll go with a nice little drizzle. And now we're going to go with more of our shredded cheddar, just building on those layers. And this is now ready to hit the big green egg. So again, indirect heat right in the center. We'll close the lid. This is going to take probably about 15 minutes or so. We'll just keep an eye on it. We'll pull it off once the cheese is nice and melty. Now we can go prepare our other toppings. For our toppings, we are keeping it pretty simple. So red onion, avocado, jalapeno, green onions. You can really go any way you'd like here. Any toppings, any veggies that you'd like. I like these on my pulled pork tater tots. To start, we're gonna just dice everything up nice and fine. We're gonna go with about a half of this red onion, probably even a little bit less. Dice it up nice and fine. We don't need too much of this. Again, this is just to top it off, give it a little crunch, a little color, that good oniony flavor. Red onion goes really well with barbecue, so this is going to be perfect. See, just like that. Next up, we've got some jalapenos. For these, I like to cut these or slice them nice and thin, and then just put the layers right on top. If you don't like it too spicy, you can remove the seeds and the membrane. That's where a lot of the heat is in the peppers. I think that's more than enough. Next up, we've got some green onion. So again, we're just gonna cut this up nice and fine. I like to cut the ends off. I get a nice even start. And again, just gonna chop these guys up and we'll sprinkle our tater tots when they're finished. And then we've got one thing left. We've got an avocado. We're gonna cube this guy up. To cut this, we're just gonna slice right around. Now take this guy, give it a twist, and it should pop right open. Cut it lengthwise, and now this way to give it our dice. Our tater tots should be finishing up shortly too. We'll go check on those here in just a second, but boom, perfect. Let's take a look, check on our tater tots. Wow. Yeah, this is looking really nice. Look at this. Cheese got nice and melty and little crispy edges on the pork. So this was on for about 15 minutes. So this is ready to go. Let's pull it off and I'll finish it off. Check this out. This is looking really nice. Let's go in with our toppings. So I'm gonna go with my jalapeno slices first. Just layer these guys around. Man, look how nice this looks. Nice little contrasted color. It's gonna give it a little crunch, a little heat. Now we'll go with our red onion. I am liking this already. Okay, let's go with our cubed up avocado. Little creaminess, little richness, a little green onion on top just for good measure. We are almost done, but not quite. I've got a little bit more of that Dr. Pepper barbecue sauce and a little Mexican crema to go on top. A little sweet, little coolness. So let's just top these guys off. I like to go in this kind of cross pattern. Boom, sauce 1 and sauce number 2. Our fully loaded pulled pork tater tots are ready to go, and these are looking and smelling really nice. So let's give it a try. We're just gonna go right here. A little jalapeno tater tot, our toppings. Oh yeah, wow. That's it right there. Got a little bit of everything. Let's go for it. Sweet, spicy, crispy, creamy. Get the pulled pork, the tater tots. If you've got leftover pulled pork, you have to give this a try because it is delicious. It's super easy to make. You can use whatever veggies you have at home, and it takes all of 5 or 10 minutes to put together. If you're tired of making pulled pork sandwiches or eating those all week after you make pulled pork, you have to give this a try because it is delicious. Let's move on to recipe number 2 with our leftover pulled pork, and I'm really excited about this one. We're gonna do some pulled pork tacos on the griddle. Best part is we're gonna use up some of the toppings that we had for our tater tots. So again, it's a good way to use up ingredients that you already have without having to purchase more stuff. We've got more of our pulled pork, and this one I'm gonna throw on the griddle to kind of crisp it up a little bit. We've got some tortillas, just some regular flour tortillas. We're gonna keep it super easy with this recipe. We've got our leftover cheddar cheese from our tater tots, not a lot of it, and I also had some shredded mozzarella in the fridge. So instead of going out and buying more of this, we're just gonna combine the two and use both of this to use up what I already have. So keep that in mind when you're cooking at home. And we've got a little bit of cilantro. So this is our new topping. So we're just gonna chop some of this up a little bit because can't have tacos without some cilantro. Again, you don't need too much of it. So just give it a chop action. We've got our toppings ready, so let's go to the griddle, get it fired up, and get these tacos going. We are back with the Weber 28-inch griddle. Let's get this bad boy fired up. It's the perfect size for making something quick and easy like these tacos. And get the burners going. I like to preheat these at high heat for just a couple minutes, making sure that cooking surface has a nice even heat distribution. I'm gonna turn the burners down to about medium, and then we'll get everything else going. We're doing the tacos on the griddle. You can also do this inside on a cast iron skillet, so you don't need to go outside, to cook it outside. Same thing for the tater tots. We did those on the big green egg, but you can just as easily make those in the oven. So use whatever you have at home. Make it easy for yourself. Griddle seems nice and hot, so we're gonna go with a little olive oil first. Make sure it's nicely lubed up. Spread this out. And now we're gonna go with our pulled pork. I'm just gonna cook this for about 2-3 minutes just to get it crisped up just a little bit. It'll make the tacos that much better. All right, so our pork is ready. So you can see this nice color, crispy bits, nice crust. So we'll pull it off. Same bowl that it came in because this was already fully cooked. And this pork is looking really nice. Well, I knew it was bound to happen. We run out of propane mid-cook. So let me take this off. I should have another tank in one of the heaters. So we'll switch it out and use that instead. Nope, that one's out too. Let's check this one. No. Hang on, I think this one actually has gas. I got propane tanks all over the yard. Oh yeah, I think this one should have enough. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay, fingers crossed, because I don't really want to go to the store to buy more propane. Oh yeah, back in business, baby. That one's good to go. Always have extra propane on hand. All right, tortillas, right, hang on. Pork's nicely crisped up, so now we're gonna get going with the tortillas and our cheese. So we'll go with a little bit more olive oil. Anytime you're using the griddle, make sure it's nicely lubricated. It's gonna prevent sticking. It's gonna help stuff brown and crisp up better. So don't be shy with your oil. Just Now we're gonna go in with our tortillas. Again, we're using these kind of regular flour tortillas. You can use whatever you have on hand. Flour tortillas will work better for this recipe. They tend to hold up a little bit better, and we're gonna put it, put the cheese, put the pork inside, go right on the griddle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Next, we're gonna go with our cheese. So right on top of our tortillas. So we've got some of this leftover cheddar from our tater tots and some mozzarella for the other ones. So just a nice even layer. Cheese is gonna get nice and melty. Cheese is on, so now we're gonna put our delicious crispy pork on our tortillas. So we're just gonna put this sort of on one side because we're gonna flip these guys over. And this looks so good already. Again, we're doing this with the pulled pork, but you can use any proteins you have left over. Pulled pork, great with beef, great with chicken, anything you guys have on hand. Okay, now we'll take our spatula and close this guy up. There we go. Do the same thing here. You can see this tortilla is already starting to brown up a little bit, but now we're just gonna keep these on the griddle, get this nice color on them, and then we'll add our toppings. These have been on for about 2 minutes. Let's give them a flip, toast up the other side. Oh yeah, look how nice these are looking. Tortillas getting crispy, cheese is getting melty. These right here are my favorite parts. Little crispy cheese, little pork. Nice little snack while we wait. Okay, let's give these guys a check. Oh, wow. So I'm gonna open these up and we'll add our toppings right inside. Our onion, little avocado, little cilantro. Now we'll close it back up and then just cook for another minute or so. These are looking super nice. Pull them off. Crispy, cheesy, filled with delicious stuffing. Oh man, wow. Leftover pulled pork, quick and easy tacos. Let's give these beautiful, crispy pulled pork tacos a try. These things are looking great. Tortillas nice and crispy. Let's go. Crispy tortilla, crispy juicy pork. You get that avocado in there, the red onion. Oh, look at this. Cheese is just kind of oozing out of there. This is delicious. Another great way to use up those leftovers. And so let's go in again. So that's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, got some ideas for what to do with your leftover pulled pork and other proteins. I'm gonna hang out here, finish eating my tacos. If you like what I'm doing, hit that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, let me know what you wanna see me cook next, and I will see you guys next time.